Hey, 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 welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I am Ranger J 1999. Glad to have you here. If you're new and are wondering what the hell is this is our lunch stream. This is what we do Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. where we hang out with you guys. Try to bring you some quality entertainment. We'll do a roster review. We'll answer some of your questions. If you do have a question, go ahead and put that question in chat. The best way to make sure that we scoop it up is put the word question in front of the statement. That helps us when we're filtering to make sure that we know that is the actual question. Because sometimes people just make statements that are questions and forget to use the correct punctuation. It just helps us make it easier. And it's just about having fun. Bringing something fun through your workday. That's what we do here at RSG. Real quick, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit a thumbs up on the video. Hitting the thumbs up helps us get our content out to the YouTube world. If you'd like to help us expand and grow and help support the channel, become a subscriber. We do a lot of live streaming, and if you'd like to help us with that endeavor, please subscribe. We do a lot of live streaming for a lot of different games, and we would love to have you be able to get notifications on when we are streaming. If you'd like to support the channel directly, we have a Patreon set up with lots of goodies in it for each level that you'd like to become a Patreon sponsor. Sponsoring the channel helps us get better content out, upgrade our stuff. We use all proceeds that we get from YouTube and Patreon to pay the bills and make sure that everything keeps up and running and improving for you guys. It's just about putting better quality content out there for you. And I was going to talk about our GoFundMe there, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, but we hit our goal this weekend with our mega stream.
Yes, we did. Thanks a lot to everyone that came out on Saturday and then sanely for kind of bringing it home yesterday. So thank you all. And now we're getting ready to release all the information about the ACS stuff. We've been talking with ACS, and there's a couple of things that we're finalizing, and then hopefully tomorrow during the lunch stream, we will have more information about the ACS portion of the fundraising for you guys. So it's an exciting time, I have to say.
Yeah, it is. So we've got our first goal knocked out of the way. Now the next thing is we have to reach a certain milestone of money that we have to raise for ACS, if I'm not mistaken, Finn, and then for the event that we're running. And if you guys are not familiar with what we're talking about, we are going to be running a half marathon, 13.1 miles, to help participate in the Walt Disney World run down there. They have different runs, 5K, 10K, and a half marathon. We have decided to do the half marathon, and we are going to try to be raising money from now and then. There's a certain plateau mark we have to hit. I'm pretty positive, Finn, we're going to hit it because we have the best community out there of people. You guys are incredible and amazing, and I'm humbled all the time by your guys' generosity and support, and it's for good cause. Last time we chose the American Suicide Prevention site, and now we're going for the American Cancer Society, and so we were going to raise money to try to help with the fight against cancer. And cancer has touched all of us in some way. We've had some loved one or friend or someone we know that has gotten cancer. I'm sure there's lots of us out there, including myself, that have lost family members to cancer. My father passed away from cancer in 2010. My mom had cancer at one time. A lot of my other family members have died from cancer, and it's something that when we were looking at what we want to do, it's something that we want to get involved with. And then when Finn said we were running half a marathon, I told him to go to hell. I wasn't doing that. And then he said, we're doing it for American Cancer Society. I'm like, well, crap, I have to do it now. So that's why we are now dieting, exercising, and running ridiculous amounts of... But we will be prepared. That's all I got to say. We will do you proud. And we're going to plan on doing a lot of great stuff over that weekend. If you guys would like to come down there with us, support us, become a member for the ACS and be one of the cheerleaders and things of that nature, get with Dr. Finn. He can give you the details about it. So it's going to be a great event. It's going to help raise a lot of money, and we are all about it. So that's that. We'll have more on that tomorrow. We're finalizing things with the ACS, and we're going to have them on, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Finn, quite a lot when we can to help promote this, correct?
Yep, that is part of what we'll be discussing with them as we're now kicking off the other part of the campaign. And so I'm going to be actually speaking with them later today and getting a lot of this stuff finalized. And yeah, I'm really excited.
Yep, we're going to do it. No more Twinkies for Finn between now and April.
I did have one of those small chocolate miniatures today.
Damn it, Finn.
Just one. Just one.
Look,
It's a crackle. It's hard to avoid the crackle.
yes, it is. And you just say no. Listen, if all I'm going to be eating is chicken and tuna and just running my ass off and giving up all these sweets and crap, you're going to do the same damn thing, young man.
But it's a crackle.
I don't care if it was crackle.
Crackle.
Say no.
It's fun to say too, crackle.
No,
Crackle.
Finn. We have to get in shape. We have to run. So.
I will. Crackle, crackle.
All right,
And if
so
you don't know what crackle is
no, don't worry. We're not promoting it. They're not paying us. We're not sponsoring that crap.
I don't care.
I do. So
It's a chocolate bar with
there we go. All right, so we got a roster review today, and let's get into it. Remember, if you guys got questions, go ahead and get those in. So you can see it's me and Dr. Finn, and scooping up the questions and monitoring chat is the soulless one himself, Mr. Gingivitis, Sanely Red.
Hey, good to be here.
Glad to have you here. No one else showed up because it's Monday, and I think they're all tired. They're busy at work. Grande's at the pool. What am I saying?
Lies.
Doctor?
Loki's here.
Loki's here? Loki, what's going on? You snuck
What's
in.
up, man? I'm just rolling out of bed. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm skipping out on work to be here with you today.
Very
How about
nice. No, I think you're just playing hooky, period.
that? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. You're probably traveling or something. Are you on East Coast or West Coast? You're back in the West Coast now, right?
No, I'm West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll be in Pittsburgh 2 weeks, I think, after Halloween. So I'll be there for a week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Man, you're doing a lot of traveling there.
Sexy.
I know they're like I don't know what the hell they're doing to me, but it's fun.
I hope they're paying you very well, which they should.
Have you talked to Dana?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Have you talked to Dana? Because Dana's in the
No,
somewhere.
we couldn't meet up last time because I was in Scranton. But I think Pittsburgh might be closer to her, so we gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's get into this roster review. Let us see what we have here today. We are doing DL Kaze, Kaze, or K's profile.
It is her birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday to you. Do, 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 do. And she will be turning 21 years old today.
That is correct.
That's the answer.
Happy
I get.
21st birthday.
Yes, for the rest of your life, you will be 21 years old. So we're not even playing. You know. So there you go. As my mom said, it's her 35th time having her 30th birthday or something like that. So it's like, all right, and they're in Dark Lord's Syndicate Prime, so shout out to their guild. Very
I
nice.
think that guild name sounds familiar, sanely, somehow.
Dark Lord Syndicate Prime. I've never heard of it.
Do we know anyone in that guild, sanely?
Yeah, I don't know if we know.
Oh yeah, me.
Oh. Well, Kays, I'm sorry that you were in the same guild as the vampire or Lestrade over there, Mr. Gingivitis, the soulless one. All right. Dr. Finn, what is she looking for in her roster review? Let's go.
So she is
take it
looking
one step at a
for-
time.
Okay, so there's 4 things, and we'll take them one at a time. But the 4 things are a Phase 2 heroic Sith team,
Sure.
her arena team,
Sure.
a review of her mods,
Sure.
and how she could use her new little Revan.
I will not be participating in that last part.
Do it for the people, Ranger.
Every time I just hear that name, I get so angry, Finn. I just want to.
We'll call him JKR from now on.
I
so you never
know.
have to hear it.
I know.
We'll call him he's JKR.
I know.
from now
I
on.
put aside my.
He's Jerk. He's Jerk. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about how to make a team around Jerk.
NMR, not my Revan. Okay. He's disgusting, man. In arena, God bless America. It's ridiculous. Okay, so let us proceed. Let's look at their arena team. So I mean, she's running. Let's see here: Treya, Scion, Nihilus, Thrawn, and Death Trooper. Solid team. Little inconsistent with
Sith Trooper.
I'm sorry, Sith Trooper. Thank you. Standard team, I don't see any problem with that. I think this is going to be a modding issue if we look at it, Dr. Finn, because that team could easily get you in the top 5. There's no reason whatsoever. So I think this is going to be a modding issue. And mainly I bet it's speed on Thrawn. Now, the one thing that the arena doesn't show, it's not showing me that they have Zetas on these characters or not. We'll have to probably go to the
You have to go into the character tab.
Yeah, that sucks. They should fix that.
So her Thrawn has a total of plus 86 speed, so I'm pretty sure it is a modding issue. If I go to her mods and kind of just sort by speed secondary, yeah, they're scattered. It looks like there may have been some slicing, which is contributing to this, but she's focused, it looks like, kind of on Nihilus more than anything in order to be fast, and you need Thrawn to be
Thrawn's got to be if you're going to run this team.
fast.
Now, the other thing I'm seeing immediately is she has Jedi Knight Revan. It's time to go Jedi Knight Revan.
Yeah, so she did ask about that. So we do
Yeah,
have to worry about modding
so let's
and
not worry about
cleaning
modding
up.
for Trey team. I mean, listen, it's a great team. If that's all you have, you can mod it. But if you are going to go with a Trey team, either Ness and Thrawn's got to be in there, and they've got to be super duper fast. Your fastest speed mods and sets has got to go on those two, because you've got to be. It just helps you overcome some of this crap. You're not going to be faster than Jedi Knight Revan. I found that out the hard way. So, and why does Jedi Knight Revan always target Traya? What in the piss is going on? Even when she wasn't the leader of my team, I tested it out. Right for Traya. Right in the old...
I don't know if it's programmed that way, that it has like a hierarchy which it targets, or whether there's particular stats that makes Traya the target. But yeah, Traya is pretty much always targeted.
Yeah, it's retarded.
So, if you want to run that team, and I figure you want to run your Revan, but if you wanted to run Traya, you have to remod Traya, not necessarily for speed like she used to be, but what you have to mod her for is really, really high protection,
Right.
so that she can survive the initial onslaught from Revan.
Yep.
So there's a different mod set for anyone listening. If you want to continue using your Traya team, Traya can beat Revan, but what you need is a really, really high protection rather than health, because health, you can regen it with her ability, but you don't get as much total health and protection off the bat.
Nope.
And what you need off the bat with the Traya team in order to survive against Revan is your Traya to survive that initial onslaught. And so getting a huge amount of protection, like as much protection as you can get, is what you're going to be focusing on. And then speed, obviously, afterwards, but the more protection, the better.
Yeah.
So, that being said, you still probably want to switch to Revan. It'll make your life easier. So.
Yeah, she's got Jolie at 12. Godly. So we're going to be running Jedi Knight Revan with Bastila. Now, the teams that I've seen has been a Jedi Knight with Bastila, Grandmaster Yoda. I've seen two different teams. I've seen Ezra with General Kenobi. I've also been seeing, and this team is disgusting, Old Ben and General Kenobi. And you basically, your Hermit Yoda just destroys everything in sight. Revan and Bastila just do their thing. It's disgusting. That's the team that's kind of out there. If I was going to run Revan, I would run Revan, Bastila, myself, General Kenobi, Old Ben, and Grandmaster Yoda. Having the Zeta on Grandmaster Yoda is a plus. Actually, it's really nice. You don't need the Zeta on Old Ben. Yours is currently 7-star Gear 9. Your Ezra's Gear 11. You can go Ezra team. It's a little bit easier to get around than with two tanks, but someone was running that team the other day. I was like, Jesus, this is a pain in the ass to fight. It's got so much uniqueness because you've got two tanks and you've got, Bastila doesn't hit that hard. She just does her thing, so she's great support. But Jedi Knight Revan and Yoda, good God, they hit so hard. Especially when the busts are flying. Grandmaster Yoda's like, oh! And just start flying around. You're like, no, you little green bastard, get away from me. Oh, Trey, I found. Up the pooper she will go. It's like, oh, God damn it. So, if you're going to go Jedi Knight Revan, that's fine. And I would recommend you do that. It's a disgusting team. Now,
I would actually go with Jedi Knight Revan, Bastila, Kenobi, Grandmaster Yoda, and Jolie.
You could, yeah. That was the next team I was going to talk about.
That's an annoying team to face because it keeps on rezzing. You need a Zeta on Jolie, which you don't have though. But if you want to put a Zeta on Jolie, and you already have him at Gear 12, that team is really annoying. And so that's another potential team that you can run with Revan.
Yeah, I mean, you kill one of them, they res, and then Jolie. It's just annoying. It's so goddamn annoying. They just don't stop.
Yeah,
it's pretty awful.
So you have a few different options here, but I think the four. Okay, so there's four kind of key ones, right, that you'll end up using. Jedi Knight, Revan, Bastila, Kenobi, Grandmaster Yoda. I think those will end up being your four. Now, again, Hermit Yoda ends up fitting in there sometime. Jolie can fit in there. Your Ezra can fit in there. So it's up to you kind of which one you want to do. Mod-wise, you need to try and make your Revan and your Grandmaster Yoda fast. You want to try and have, and there's a difference.
Revan's going to be your fastest, and then Grandmaster Yoda right behind it. And Revan's too easy.
Unless you're using Hermit Yoda, in which case Hermit Yoda would be your fastest.
Right, because he'll just automatically start throwing
the Master's Training on one of them, and then particularly it's Grandmaster Yoda, and then get him going to get full turn meter. So you have a few different options. But speed on that. Now, there's a little bit of question as to what to focus on with Grandmaster Yoda. Some people really like critical damage. Some people really like offense.
I'd say offense because you get so many buffs. I would go offense on this.
I like offense too because it's more consistent, especially if you're facing a lot of Traya teams still, which you probably are since the number of Revans is still relatively low and they have crit avoidance. And so critical damage only does you so much. Before it was no question. Before the mods 2.0, it was crit damage, no question, simply because the stats weren't that evened out. But now the stats have evened out a little bit, and so I would try to go with the fast offense set with, even if possible, an offense triangle, and maybe you have one of those. I haven't checked to see if you have one of those, but one of those. God mods where you have a speed secondary of like over 20 with an offense primary, like that would be awesome if you have one of those. I'm just trying to see. Actually, you have an 18 speed. Damn. Offense primary, 18 speed arrow. And it's purple, so you have a chance of leveling it up. That's a pretty nice mod. That's the happy mod right there. So few different options on how you can mod them. Loki, what have you seen so far as you played around with your Revan? Is there a team comp that you like better than others, and anything in particular with the modding?
Right now, I like I like running Jolie, so it's I'm running Jedi Knight Revan with Grandmaster Yoda, Old Ben, Jolie, and Bastila.
You like Old Ben better than General Kenobi?
Right now, yes.
Okay, and what is your reasoning behind that for the fans out there?
Taunt is like more consistent. And then he if you have, so I like the Zeta on Old Ben when his taunt comes back up again. Mm-hmm. I think that's useful. And then if he dies, then he heals everybody, and then Jolie can bring him back, which is kind of annoying. He just has a lot of utility. I mean, his mind tricks is still good. It reduces turn meter, does ability block, and all that. And then I haven't figured it out yet, but there's probably a way to mod the team where you can make Bastila give all her buffs to Grandmaster Yoda, and then Grandmaster Yoda spreads them all. And you can do that consistently, probably with some kind of modding trick. I haven't figured it out yet, but with like the Thrawn turn meter swap, you just make somebody squishy and he always does it. There's a way to probably do it with Bastila. I just haven't figured it out yet. But for the most part, I think that's the most annoying team right now, even on defense. I mean, I got Shardmates saying, I finally beat your team with like Night Sisters and Xeris, but it's not a guaranteed auto. It's not a guaranteed win most of the time. I mean, so that's kind of like the feedback I'm getting with that team on defense. And then on offense, offense is tricky though too, because if you face another Jedi Knight Revan team and they just go all offense, so they go like Ezra, Bastila, Grandmaster Yoda, and General Kenobi or something, right? So they got like 4 attackers on the team and 1 tank. That team can dish out a lot of damage. So the problem with the team I mentioned with Jolie and Old Ben is it doesn't do as much damage as that team. And then there's other hybrids where people are running the Han Solo and Chewie duo with Jedi Knight Revan lead. So that one, it has the opening burst, which will I think a lot of the times if you're still running Treya, like that team will take out your Treya in like one hit because there's just so much offense on the opening, on the opener with Jedi Knight Revan when he puts the mark on and then everybody goes in and attacks her. So, I don't know. I think it's still early. I think there's still a lot of combos to explore and have fun with. But going back to the roster, I would definitely work on Revan now. I mean, it's the newest and in the meta, and it's probably not going to go anywhere. So,
all right, and I know the other thing was, what's your phase 2 team? Here you go. You've got two. You can use your Sith, or you could use this Jedi team. Go have fun with yourself in that.
Yeah, the phase 2 team for me. I mean, the Jedi Knight Revan team. I think you can put it on auto and get like 6 million, 7 million.
Yeah, there you.
The Ezra team, and yeah, it's I actually dropped GK and I went all offense. And then I
don't see why not.
Was it like 7.5 million or something like
that?
Yeah.
So welcome to your phase 2 team.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, oh my God. Here you go. This is your phase 2 team. And if you're feeling frothy, you want to do another one, go on with your Sith, with your Nihilist, and go do Annihilate over and over again and get some more millions added onto that. So this team will definitely help you in phase 2. You have nothing to worry about in phase 2 because here it is on a plateau for you to go and dominate phase 2. So we've covered Arena. We've definitely got 2 teams for you for phase 2. You shouldn't have any problems. You can use your JTR phase 1, this in phase 2. If you need to do a little bit more damage for your guild in phase 2, throw in your Sith. Phase 3, of course, is still the Chex Mix combination of either with Chewie or without. And then phase 4, Night Sisters. Night Sisters in phase 4 is just... Asajj Lead is just nice. You do so much damage. I don't even try and get a couple million Loki. It's ridiculous how good. But you have to have Zombie at past gear 10.
Yep.
But once you do, you are going to be just fine. It's not as much damage as it used to be. It's still plenty of damage. So there you go. I mean, you can run that every single Heroic Sith and K's, you're going to be just fine. Not a problem. What is someone's calling me? What? I get sick of people scam calling. You know what I'm saying? They call and it's like, really?
Well, I found something that Kaze needs to really work on. And that is her ship. She needs to get all of her mods to level 15 and make sure they're all 5-star.
You got me on that
mods.
one, Stanley. I thought for sure you were going to say Range Trooper.
Well, yeah, work on that too, of course. But
Jesus. Oh God. Let's see here. I mean, her roster is fantastic. I had no problem with that. I mean, K's, you've done it the right way.
So good, man. I gotta just say it right now.
Who?
I mean, the last territory war. I mean, he reminds me of Chewie in a trooper outfit. I mean, the dude just assists all the time. And
I've started farming him. It's going to be a slow farm, but I'm a big believer in Range Trooper. He is part of my farm that I'm doing. So drop rate sucked, but I'm committed to him because
I mean, mine is still 3-star. I think it's like 3-star gear 11 and.
I haven't even geared mine yet.
So good.
I haven't even geared mine yet.
Throwing it out there, man. He's so good.
Oh yeah, I'm on the bandwagon of Range Trooper. Don't get me wrong, but until I get a character 4-star plus, unless it's a specialty character, that's not going to commit the gear yet or the level. I'm trying to finish off my Old Republic first and stuff, and I'm gearing some other things, and then once I get him to the 4-star, I'll go gear 11 on him. Get him up there and start throwing him in. The trooper team's not a problem. But yeah, your roster, K's, is fantastic. So, yeah, if your ship's missing crew that don't have 5-dot mods, you got to do it. You got to put those 5-dot mods on those characters with those ships and stuff. All right, so we've covered...
Yeah, she also needs to, finish off Poe Dameron's ship and Rex's ship and Biston's U-Wing.
There you go. So there's some suggestions for your ship arena. All right, Dr. Finn, overall modding, we did see some issues, but if we are going to go GTR, so your fastest mods on GTR, then Grandmaster, you get up with the team that we...
Wait. Jedi Knight Revan.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said JTR.
Oh, I meant
JKR.
I meant JKR, sorry. Speaking a little too fast there. And then I was
gonna say, like, no.
Well,
no,
I'm looking
no,
at a roster, and I was looking at her.
We're not going Rey.
Yeah, we're not going Rey. Yeah, let's clear Jedi Knight Revan. Jedi Knight is ready to fight in the arena with all the mods. All right, here we go. And if you have questions about your mods, you can get with us offline. They're K's, and we will definitely get you squared away on that. All right, what else do we...
I mean, the mods aren't terrible. So the one thing with the mods, you have to refocus, right? So we already talked about that a little bit. But the other thing is that your mods, I don't know if it's because of slicing or what it is, but they're not focused right now. So kind of like what we were discussing, based on however you want to mod the characters, they need focus on offense, they need focus on critical damage, they need focus on health, whatever it is, speed. It's a matter of just kind of redoing your mods a little bit and getting those sets together. So you'll want to go through your mods. Again, you have a bunch of your speed mods kind of scattered a little bit, and it may be due to slicing because you have like an 18 speed that's currently on K2SO. Your Han Solo has a plus 16 speed, and if you're using him for Chex Mix, that's going to be way too fast. So there's a bunch of different potential things that you'll want to work on if you're remodding. So just figure out which teams you want to run, where you want to run them, and then you can kind of deal with that after. So.
All right. But great roster overall. Very impressive. Most impressive. I mean, yeah. I mean, you've got the teams. You got what you need. It's just a matter of tweaking some things here and things of that nature. Stay the course of what you're doing. You will be more than just fine. You'll be outstanding. Anything else we need to look at, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman?
No, that was it. We went over Phase 2. We went over Heroic Sith. I'm not seeing K's in chat. Just to double check.
She is.
Oh, she is? Okay.
That's
so is there anything
Weiss.
else?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So is there anything else you would like us to review? Because this is her time and her birthday.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking
So
at...
if there's anything that she wants us to review, then we can definitely go over it. But I think we went over most of it.
Yeah.
So
I think she's good to go. All right. So if she does, then we'll go back to it. But it is now time for Weird News Monday. We do this every Monday where we pull out some weird news stories and just kind of cover it here. It's just something to laugh at. So let's get into it. Let's see. Parade of 84 ice cream trucks sets Guinness record.
and Mike is not here. What a coincidence.
A total 84 ice cream trucks paraded through the streets of a British town to set a Guinness World Record for gathering of the treat dispensing vehicles. The parade, organized by ice cream truck manufacturer Whitby Morrison, featured 84 of the vehicles driving in a line through the streets of True England with their signature music playing. Could you imagine that? Like, ice cream? Ice cream? Wait, what? Nah!
Like every day with Mike.
I know. A Guinness World Record representative was on hand to verify that procedure was followed correctly to create a new world record. The event raised money for Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital in London and St. Luke's Hospice, Cheshire. Yeah, so it was for a good cause. So there you go. Not only were you getting delicious treats from any pick of truck you wanted, but they raised money for a good cause. So... oh my god, so crazy. All right, so next one is, see, toddler goes through baggage x-ray at train what?
Yep.
What the hell is this? Security cameras were rolling at a Chinese train station when a curious toddler climbed into a baggage belt and went through the X-ray scanner. The video, filmed at Xiaolin Railroad Station in Zhongshan City, The Guangdong promise shows the man going through security when his young son disappears from view. The man gets to the other side of the checkpoint and notices his son is missing. He turns to find the boy, who then crawls out of the luggage x-ray machine. God. The video includes a photo of the boy being x-rayed by the machine. Officials said the boy was not injured. Look at that. Looks like Dr. Finn at an early age.
Hey.
Looks like a frog. Look at that. It's weird looking. It's weird what the x-ray does to you. Look at that. It's like, ah! Oh, God.
I wonder what kind of superpowers the baby has now.
I know, right?
There's no damage externally, but internally, yeah, he gained super strength.
Oh, God. All right. Next one. Legal marijuana helps Canadian girl guide sell cookies. Okay. A 9-year-old Canadian girl quickly sold out of the cookies she was selling for the Girl Guides by setting up a shop outside a marijuana store. That's so smart. Alina Childs, 9, set up Wednesday outside Nova Cannabis in Edmonton, Alberta. Marijuana stop to take advantage of the foot traffic from the first day of legal cannabis sales across Canada. The girl quickly sold all 30 boxes of cookies she brought, raising more than $9 for the Girl Guides, a Canadian group similar to the Girl Scouts in the United States.
I think she must have been talking to Team Money.
Like Team
this is like a Team Money strategy.
Team Money was a good place, eh, to sell cookies. Oh, don't you know, you go by either the Maple store or you go by the marijuana shop, eh? Sean Childs, Elena's father, said he saw it both as a business opportunity for his daughter and an opportunity to teach her about Canada's new marijuana rules. We were going to sell them in the neighborhood, and it's always been a little slow. Elena was actually bit by a dog once. Ooh, the father said selling all the cookies took 45 minutes. It amazed me how quickly they went. Child told CBC News. Even people in cars driving the avenue there would stop and roll down their window and ask for cookies. He said the experience was educational for Alina. We were looking at it as an opportunity to educate her on what marijuana is and the fact that it's legal in Canada now. We talked about what it was and what it means for people who want to use it and people who don't want to use it, he said. Okay, so win-win. We sold cookies, we learned something. Not a bad situation.
Take advantage of people with munchies.
They got the munchies like a mug, man. Oh my God.
I've heard of a story like this years ago.
Yeah.
You know, another Girl Scout selling in front of a dispensary.
Now it's just in Canada. Family pleads for a return of 50-pound nose sculpture. What? And an Oregon family is offering a $6.27 reward for the return of a 50-pound nose sculpture stolen from the front porch of their home.
That's like one of the donations we were getting on that weird...
Why is it $3.50?
You know that weird cent day that people were just donating with like weird change?
Right.
So that feels like $6.27 for the return of the nose.
Wow. The Albert family said the 2-foot-tall sculpture, which they rescued from being thrown in the trash after a photo shoot, has been a picture of their Portland front porch since last Halloween. But someone stole it Sunday night. It's just something that we thought was really funny and makes us a part of Keep Portland Weird, says Albert 11. The family's put up posters asking for the return of their beloved sculpture. Sari and his brother Albert 7 are offering a $6.27 reward for the nose to safe return. They said they had wanted to offer $2,000 reward, but their mother vetoed the idea.
Smart mother. That's all I gotta say. Smart mother. I ain't paying no $2,000 for a 50-pound nose.
We go down $3.50. Shut up, woman.
That's why women are smarter than men.
That's why they rule the world. Men think they do, and we don't. All right. Last one. Runners get married halfway through Detroit Marathon. Oh, that's cool. A pair of runners in Detroit Marathon stopped at the halfway point for a quick wedding before finishing the race. Whitney Black, who donned a veil with her running clothes, and Stephen Phillips, who wore a shirt with a tuxedo print, stopped at the 13.1 mile marker of the 26.2 mile Detroit Free Press Chemical Bank Marathon on Sunday for a quick 2-minute wedding. The couple said that they kept the ceremony short so their muscles wouldn't get cold before finishing the race. The race was Black's first marathon and Phillips' 14th marathon. Black took up running March 2017, years after a snowmobiling accident left her requiring 20 surgery and years of physical therapy to relearn how to walk. So not only did Whitney run her first marathon, but we got Mary Phillips sold with Detroit Free Press. Well, that's pretty cool. That is.
I figured it was
cool.
relevant considering we're running the half marathon and everything. I was like, that's a.
I'm not marrying Grande. Sorry, not happening.
Do you? Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Do you get your ass back on the pavement? Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so a happy, sappy story for the end. All right, so that's all our weird news stuff for Monday. Let us get into the questions.
I think Ouchie has like 50 bajillion questions.
Yeah, what is
today,
up with Ouchie today? Is she angry? Did you do something, Finn?
No, she just woke up with a bunch of questions.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Helenix, question, how did Saturday's 12-hour charity stream go?
It went
good.
Very, very well.
Thanks to everybody that watched and donated.
Yep. We have hit our mark.
Darth Hideous, question, when the RSG crew runs the half marathon, are you planning on carrying Grande in a litter, since he's kind of a big deal?
Nope, I ain't doing nothing with Grande. Grande's a monkey butt is on his own. Grande,
We'll leave him if we have to.
Yeah, we will. Like, guys, wait for me. Nope, bye.
Middle of the marathon, he'll just be, guys, there's a chicken!
Guys, I found a chicken! Guys, there's a dog, there's a mouse, let's get him, guys, a dog.
Camille Buhalski, question, when will Ranger debut in UFC? I'd love to see Conor McGregor trash-talking Ranger that he didn't get Revan first time around.
Oh, God. My philosophy in fighting is it's no point really anymore. I know how to handle myself and I can do what I need to do, but it just doesn't prove anything anymore. I'm past that point in my life where it's like fighting solves nothing. But if you want to pick a fight with me, enjoy death. So that's all I can say. Nah, I'm going to do that.
Ski Trooper, what are your thoughts on the high tenacity, low speed modding of Nest to go against Revan?
It works.
It works.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, that's the point.
So if you don't know what they're talking about, there's a team that counters Revan right now that involves Zeta Maul, and it goes back kind of to the old meta of Zeta Maul and Kylo Ren used to be kind of the old meta team. And so what it is that now you use Enfys. But the reason you need to slow Enfys is you don't want her to take a turn and then lose her protection bonus, because then she will die. And so you get a really, really slow Enfys. And then you basically just have everyone else will basically stealth, because there's so many like AoEs and stuff going on with that team. And so when everybody else is basically stealth, then your Enfys Nest is basically the only one that's able to take the damage, and she'll just never take a turn. And then so by the time that your turn goes again, your Enfys is probably still stunned and no protection and whatever else is going on. And so that's the foundation of that team. It works. You just have to remod kind of contrary to what you're typically used to.
Helenex, question, when will the lunch stream be officially renamed the RSG Lunch Stream with daily Dark Lords members roster reviews? Also, now D. Leo, LOL.
We have non-Dark Lords too, but yes, we do have a high volume of Dark Lords recently.
Would you say it's a plethora, Finn?
It is more than a plethora. Okay. It is way too many. It is a grande amount.
That's saying something.
Camille Buhalski, question, will Boba and Zeta Bosk both gear 12 be enough to get the 7-star monkey, or should I gear up the rest as well? I have Zeta Bosk, Boba, Dengar, Greedo, Cad Bane.
If you got Zeta Bosk and Dengar, you're good. I mean, the other ones, it's ice on the cake. Those two are what make you able to beat the Chew event.
If need be, you can move your arena mods.
Yeah, if you have to, but I mean,
bounty hunters.
Yeah, but Boss
But
with the
make sure
Zeta, that's a.
Make sure to save the mods and mod sets first before you do that, so it's not a pain in the ass to put them back.
Yep.
Yeah, what Boss does is he makes the team survivable, right? Because you got all that health and protection, regen, and everything else that he does. Now, Dengar, what he does when he gets hit, right? He keeps the other team from stealth, and it just makes it easier for you to go in there and rock and roll. So, you can't stealth, and you can just target the ones that you need to target, not just R2. So, those two characters, I think, are the key ones you need for the Chewbacca event. Xenon Boss, definitely. I think Boba Fett's really, really good. And then, I like Greedo for his counter and triple mollywops. See what I did there? Put a little Urban Blaster in there. And then, whatever you want to go with. Cad Bane. The fifth one is, what you got. But those four right there will make it what you need to beat it.
Mo's Mike. I'm considering giving Jolie his Zeta for Arena to run under Jedi Knight Revan. Is this Zeta useful anywhere else in the game?
Loki?
It's going to be good in Territory War. It's going to be good in it's not only good in Arena, but it's going to be good in Territory War. So if you have the Zetas and you can spare them, and you don't have to do, you don't have any other priority Zetas on your list, I'd give it a try. It still gets beat, but the bigger picture is it's probably going to do really well in Territory Wars. I personally, I can't wait to fight like two walls of Rev and Jolie. It's going to be awful, but it's going to be fun.
I don't. Do you think we're gonna see that before the next return? I don't know if guilds are consolidating over Revan or not. So I'm curious. Like, does your guild, does the TI guild have 50 Revans?
Nobody hears in TI that I'm aware of, are we?
Loki,
you're in TI now?
I am in TI.
Damn it, Loki! Will you quit switching guilds?
With my man Warrior.
Scissor Man Warrior.
Yeah. I don't remember what our count was. I thought it was like 37 or 40 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just thinking, I mean, our big fights are always going to be like MC1 and Wallet Warriors and stuff, and I'm just dreading it when we see 50 Revans with 50 Zeta Jolies on the team.
You
and
go in there with Night Sisters and you kick that ass, Loki.
That's the problem, though. I mean, if you know how it is. We use Night Sisters on that zone, and then they pop JTR in the back, or they do something.
Well,
right?
then
so
you use there's
terrible.
counters to the counters. Come on now.
There is, but I mean, the name of the game is one hit KOs now. So at least on our, on the top end, you got to get the one shots. So you drop 2 points, because that's where all the territory wars come down to now, right? Is you lose by like 10 points, 20 points, or something like that. It's just.
Yeah, it's about efficiency. I mean, we're 190 plus guild now in MC3, and it's really about efficiency because you're going to clear both sides are going to clear, right? Yep. It's about how efficient you are, and we lost by 100 this last territory war. They were just that a little bit more efficient than us, and it's really what it comes down to. Because you've got the teams.
It's tough.
So
it's fun. It's fun. I mean, and I get it. I mean, they're doing this for. I mean, even the at some point the GP just doesn't matter anymore because it's just gonna. I mean, if you just don't have the right team on offense and you see that Revan Jolie team, and it's just how are you gonna stop that thing, man?
Right.
It's so bad. I mean, you're going in there. I mean, what, you're gonna go in there with like Zeta Finn or something? It's like I don't even know what you would go into other than Night Sisters. I mean. You can go in there with Z Maul, but then it's like you just don't have a Trey lead team anymore to do
right
with, right? So I don't know. It's cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but I think it's a good Zeta. Is there other Zetas on the priority list? I think so. But again, it's just up to your roster, and if you need it to climb an arena. I mean, there's people I put screenshots in our chat room. There's a guy with 1.3 mil GP, and he just has a Revan team, and the dude is like top 20 in my shard, and my shard's like 3 years old. So, it's happening. I mean, you can, the newer players or the guys that just don't spend, they're climbing with 1.3 mil. So, I've seen it.
I know. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, I'm over 3.7 myself, and I don't have Revan, and it's like, it's the same circumstance. Like, it's what the game's coming down to, and let's not get into that.
Yep.
All right. Next question, please.
Yorveld, how can I beat Revan without Revan?
I think we just answered that, didn't we?
Yeah, the Zeta Mall Treya team seems to be the best option. There's the Night Sisters with Bears that I've also seen. There's another one that I've seen also that's Night Sisters with R2. And you stealth a Night Sister zombie and kind of force the attacks on everyone. So there's a few different options, but
yeah, I ran on the other side of the coin. I ran a Revan with R2 because guys are throwing the mall teams on defense, and I was like, all right. I mean, even with R2 with Revan, that's really good too against that mall team. So. Yeah, it's I mean, for me it's fun again, at least on my shard it's fun. I mean, there's you start seeing a bunch of different teams again, which is kind of fun.
Tech Jericho question, is there a good Revan team lineup with Nest?
Any lineup's good with Nest, are you kidding me?
And Mike, get on the call.
He is added. He should be on this call, right?
I'm pretty sure he is. Check.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry, must be just going cray and he just doesn't want to deal with it.
When has that stopped him before?
I know, right? I can't explain that.
As to whether or not there's a good lineup, so Nest is not a Jedi, and Nest is not a Old Republic, and so she's not going to get any of the benefits of the Revan League. You can put her on the team, but it would kind of be like a little bit of a hodgepodge team, but there's so many other characters that create like a good synergy that I don't think it's worth it to put Nest on that team. Eventually there may be if you need the AoE days and turn meter removal, but right now, like, there's no... If you have the Revan team, you can beat other Revan teams, so there isn't really a need for it. Oh, look, it's Mike.
I hear the countryside in the background.
Yeah, I was bad. I forgot to pick up the cobbler from Wenzel's, so I'm dashing in before they close.
I have no idea
grab.
what it is, man.
Cobbler is it's a rustic loaf. We're having stew tonight, and we need crusty bread to go with it.
So cobbler here is a pie.
Or a shoe person.
Yeah. The missus does a peach cobbler as well.
Okay.
So she makes a peach bread?
Well, no, they're more like this is where we get. They're more
this
like
is where
what you call
use the
a
same
biscuit.
term for multiple things.
Yeah. You see, you call biscuits something which isn't a biscuit.
We call biscuits biscuits.
No, you don't. You call other stuff biscuits.
No, we don't.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that's
a biscuit covered in gravy. Well,
no, but it's like a scone-y sort of thing.
No, it's not.
A cobbler.
A scone is a scone, and a biscuit is
a biscuit.
Biscuits and gravy is a biscuit covered in gravy.
Oh wow! I need to get out more.
Because they call crackers biscuits. That's why.
And white people.
And they
crackers are what go with cheese.
Right.
And white people.
And their chips are called crisp, right? Has some crisp.
Yes.
Yeah. So. And their chips are actually French fries.
Oscar Wilde was right, wasn't he? Two nations separated by the same language.
Mm-hmm.
How are we?
Good.
Great.
So yeah, there was a droid. Isn't there a droid? I mean, it probably requires a ton of, well, not a ton of Zetas, because most droids don't have Zetas. But there's a HK lead, isn't there, with T3, IG88, I can't remember who the other two are that can take Treya down.
It wouldn't surprise me. Treya or Revan?
Oh, no, Revan. You're right. My bad. Revan can take Revan down. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of teams that are showing up now.
I've left the park. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, we can tell.
Somebody showing off with their new hairdryer. Yay! Dry hair in 2 minutes.
God.
Helenix, question for Ranger. CT Helenix to RSG Actual. Who are we farming now? Also, hashtag not my Revan either, brother. Be strong. Soon TM the 6 shall rise again.
I know, right? Who am I farming? Well, let's just go look. It's pretty obvious. Jesus, Rice. Who's got the crotch rocket? Jesus.
Hair dryer.
God. I am farming the Old Republic, as you can see. I'm also farming Range Trooper, and then I'm just working on gearing out some tunes. I got Emphas in there. I'm going to finish Emphas to 7 stars. Don't care. Slowing down my Old Republic farm, but that's okay. Don't really mind. I'm not getting Revan this turn, so I'm finishing mission to 5. Then I'm gonna go back to T3. I'm working on Zalbar, Jolie, the whole group, and Range Trooper, and Holdo because I like her on the JTR team for Territory War. So I'm working on getting Wampin, Imperial Pro Droid, Night Sister Zombie to gear 12. So that's what I'm kind of working on right now. There you go.
Ouchie Dumpling. So that coded message they released when Revan was unveiled said the road ahead would be worth the wait. So how long do you think we're going to have to wait for it?
Next quarter.
Okay. Next quarter they're going to give this quarter's?
Pretty much at this rate, right?
And what on earth could they reveal since Revan is already here?
I don't know, man. Do we feel like they shot their load on that a little bit?
Nah, it's another, I think it's another resource drain. So then they're gonna release something crazy, and then you gotta farm another 7 tunes up or something. It's like Chewie, man. I felt Chewie was a resource drain.
It was a resource drain. Let's just call it what it was. I mean, great character and stuff, and it's cool, but it's like,
No, but even the way they threw like Aura Singh and Embo in the little you get bonus drops, and it's like they never drop, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even a double drop; it was just a little bonus crappy drop that doesn't work. And then people probably bid on that, and then I double Zeted Chewie, right? I mean, I had a bunch of Zetas saved up, but
I did the same thing. My Chewie's 12, gear 12, and he's a great character, Tray Killer. I mean, the CLS Chewie Han combination, whether you go Old Ben R2, for Territory Wars I go Chase and Baze and Chirrut, right? Chase. That team on offense is it's stupid. Like it doesn't matter what team you're facing. Like really, die.
I mean, Ouchie's always saying, why did they do Night Sister Spirit, right? So there's probably still something coming next week, or there's something coming.
I don't think it is. I think it's just a character for Halloween. I mean, we got 9 days left in this month. I mean, they could reveal something else, but I don't think they're going to drop anything. I mean, Revan is the big drop this month. What else could they drop? Other than a marquee.
It doesn't have to be big. I mean, it could just be.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
I mean, hopefully it's a rework, man. I really hope it's that Grievous rework, and then like what Mike said, right? Maybe
I can see that.
Droids are going to be fun again. I mean, you got that. I mean, if they did a massive rework on Grievous and he was a leader with like L3 and I mean all the droids, that's going to be an annoying team in Territory War too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so.
And don't forget all the other stuff they've hinted at so far, right? So we're expecting a Grievous rework, like you said. I'm still thinking there's going to be a C-3PO. They semi-hinted at the C-3PO, right? We still need the Millennium Falcon, which they mentioned multiple times in the Chewie event and whatnot.
Yep.
And there's still a chance because they mentioned Malik a few times also that there's going to be something with Malik coming in at some point. Now, that one maybe not this quarter because
I think
Revan
I think they're gonna
has
say
to
that for.
return.
Yeah, I think they could say that.
But
for February,
C-3PO,
March.
the Falcon. I mean, we have a lot of things that we've been discussing over the last time. Not to mention that we have the character of the month, which could result in a couple more Night Sister characters. There is the super off chance that they do release something that's Solo related. Seems unlikely now, but still.
I think they're distancing themselves from Solo with how bad it performed. Not that Solo was a bad movie, but it didn't perform well. And you know how companies are like Disney and EA and stuff. They look at that as there's not really a lot to sell there right at the moment. So I don't think we're going to get anything more with Solo. I mean, I just don't see it. But the other stuff you mentioned, Finn, oh my god. So much stuff.
I haven't tried it in Arena, but you know, you were talking about CLS combos with Chewie. I did it in the Military Might or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Took in Ahsoka Tano, Fulcrum, because she doesn't get stunned or dazed, and you just keep cloaking everyone, stealthing everyone, and slapping it onto her.
Well, yeah, the three you need is Chewie, Han, and CLS. Throw in two other ones and you're good. Now, the reason I go Chirrut and Baze is because I like to keep R2 and with JTR. With that combination. I just think it's a better overall combination for Territory Wars, etc. It just gives you more flexibility with that lineup. And that's why I'm working on Holdo. I want to finish her to 7-star and get her to gear 12, so I can throw that on my JTR team for Territory Wars, so I can then use Old Ben and other lineups and stuff of that nature. So there's these pieces come in as you get them done. Because I use Holdo now on my offense with JTR. Because I just think she's a great tank for that lineup. Throw in R2, throw in BB-8, and then I'll throw in Scavenger Ray, who I have gear 12, and it's a nasty little lineup there. And the great thing about Holdo with the JTR, she is part of the Resistance and gets all the buffs and benefits from that. So, but yeah. All right, next question.
Okay, now we got the next block of questions from Ouchie Dumpling.
Okay,
I told you it was on a question.
Ouchie Dumpling time. Okay, here we go.
What happened to those monthly dev AMAs we were supposed to be getting? And why are people now spending money to get Revan with the express intent of then immediately asking for a refund? And why do I have so many questions this morning? And what are those helmets for the clones? Where are those helmets for the clones?
Helmets for the clones, we have no idea. Let's go through those one at a time. So that was way too many questions. I have not had enough coffee
today. She's a little light for today.
She's a little bit, so let's go one by one. Sanely, if you could, please.
Okay, what happened to those monthly dev AMAs we were supposed to be getting?
Revan. I don't think they want to have the questions asked. Would you?
No. No, they don't.
They made a mistake. That's what it is. They already admitted to the mistake about the marquees and stuff. It's kind of compounded with the way that they released Revan and angering people. So I think they're letting it cool down, and let's see if they'll bring it back at some point, but possibly not.
Okay, the next question was, why are people now spending money to get Revan with the express intent of then immediately asking for a refund?
I don't know anything about that, so I can't really comment.
I don't know either. There's nothing to get a refund for. They've kept everything as they intended. Our yelling the other day was if they did change it, and they didn't. Like the release and everything is exactly per what they said. So I don't know under what justification people would be getting refunds. So yeah, I don't know.
As to why she has so many questions this morning, I'm guessing it's too much caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Sounds about right.
Okay, Chewie, what is the optimal ratio of plus 10 speed mods to GP?
None?
Optimal what?
Ratio of plus 10 speed mods to GP.
I know people with 4.5 mil GP and they got slow mods. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah. Just get as many mods with plus 10 speed as you can. Nick Merck, question, drop the vet farm for Old Republic, have Scavenger Ray BB-8 and Finn 7-star, Vet Han 4-star.
Drop the vet farm for Old Republic? I don't think so. I mean, the vet farms are Cantina, so you can still farm some of the Old Republic characters like Jolie, Bastila, and Zalbar. Finish up your vets and then go into, because Cantina is a faster farm, so go ahead and finish up your vets. Then when you're done, jump into mission and the droid and finish up your Old Republic that way. I wouldn't just go all in on Old Republic and not finish your vets. You still need them for JTR so you can be proactive in both areas, right? So there's no point in not doing the vets. Because mission T3 you can easily go back and get and do your Cantina farms after you finish the vets. So, no, farm Basila, farm Zalbar, farm Jolie if you want to include those in your hard node farms, and then get the vets and then go in there and get your vision T3.
Yep.
Silliness.
Kazakagi, too easy. Question, what do we do with the captives from CG wanting to hyper jump them into the sun, Ranger and Master Red?
That's a good point.
What?
Read it again, Sanely.
What do we do with the captives from CG wanting to hyper jump them into the sun, Ranger and Master Red?
Release the captives. That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's why you're not in charge, Finn, nor Sith.
Well, since they're from EA, they'll have to pay $24.99 to be released.
Oh,
Release
right.
the DLC.
Can we make it a binary so that it happens to them twice?
Yeah, each shackle is a DLC, so you have to pay for each release.
Yeah.
No, 5% chance to get it unlocked.
God, you guys are awful. 5% chance to release one. That's what it is.
Science.
Well, that's all the questions we have.
Really? Perfect. We're right at when we're ready to end. Yay! All right. So if you're watching this, guys, this is our lunch stream. We do this Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. We also do other streams. Tomorrow we'll do a couple more game streams. Like we'll do some Borderlands or some Battlefront. Wednesday's our big show, the longest running live stream show that in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community. And then Saturdays we have the Jedi Academy. Sundays we do D&D. There's a whole bunch of stuff we do in between as well. So if you would like to see when we're live streaming and watch us live, then the best thing to do is subscribe. You'll get notifications of when we are streaming live. If you could right now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. It helps get our content out to the YouTube world. Please do. It really does help support the channel. If you haven't checked out our Patreon already, you like the content that we're putting out, and you like to help us support us and keeping the content going, check out our Patreon. Become a Patreon supporter. We got all kinds of cool bells and whistles for the different levels of Patreon support that you can do, from $5 up to $25. A lot of great stuff in there. Excuse me. So if you haven't already, then please check that out. And then the ACS information, we're going to finalize that today, and then tomorrow we will unveil all that stuff, links, things of that nature, where you can go to support us. So there you go. And if you would like a Ross review, please send your GG page to Dr. Finn Medicine Woman in Discord. Make sure he does respond, and we will add you to the queue. If you haven't checked out our Discord already, please check out our Discord. We've got a great community of thousands upon thousands of people in there. They love to hang out, talk about the game and other things. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great people. Come in, be social, have fun. That's what it's all about. So on behalf of myself, Gingivitis, Sanely Red, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, and the sexy Buddha himself, Sir Loki, and the late but still here, Mike Hunt. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate everybody's time, and we will holler at you later. Peace.
And I've got my bread.